Good morning, everybody. Orange J here with another War of the Visions video. And yes, it is late on Sunday night. I'm in full dad flannel mode, so excuse the change in gear, but this is much more washing machine friendly clothes, for the occasional baby J projectiles that he likes to put out. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. We have more Cloud coverage coming in because there's a lot to digest with this guy. He's a very diverse, very high damage unit, and I want to talk specifically in this video about how he can pair with Frederica or other missile units, and why, with his sword and with certain gear options, he might be as good of a missile unit as he is a sword using unit. So let's get to all of that right now. Alright, now if you watched the 1.5 year live stream, you might have seen the producers mention that there was a special deal going on with Amazon during the new Final Fantasy VII collaboration, and I did find the link to that deal. This is not my affiliate link, it's actually nothing to do with my channel at all, but I did want to show people where to go or what this deal was about. So basically, here's what that new deal is. If you're playing the game on the Amazon App Store, basically, during this collaboration, during part 1, if you buy the Cloud or Tifa collaboration pack, you're going to get $5 credit to spend in the game. Now, you have to live in one of the countries listed here for this to work for you, but that's normal. Like if you play on the Amazon App Store version, you live in those countries probably anyway. Then during part 2, if you buy the Aerith or Barrett Cloud Shard pack, you get $5 more in credit. So if you're going to buy those packs anyway, you might as well be playing on the Amazon App Store version of the game. You're just going to get $5 free to spend in the game 2 times if you buy part 1 and part 2. Now, it does also go on this webpage to tell you how to download and play War of the Visions on the Amazon App Store if that's not something you already do. And if you watch my channel regularly, you know that I promote the Amazon App Store because they sponsor my stream, and because if you use my affiliate link to buy Amazon coins, it hooks me up with some of the money and helps me negotiate for better contracts with Amazon. Anyway, that's out of the way. People have been asking me about that, so I wanted to point you to exactly what that was because they weren't real clear in the live stream. So let's talk about Cloud and how he can be as powerful, or maybe even more powerful, of a lightning missile unit than someone like Frederica. I'm going to show you like builds, all the things here. So first of all, I think what we need to start by talking about is his sword specifically. Now, we're going to be able to farm the Buster Sword for Cloud during the collaborations. And I want to point out a couple things here. One, it has a very high attack value at 170. Not as high as something like some of the other two-handed swords, like the Golden Sword that's in the game, but 170 is a nice attack stat. And with defense penetration, like what Cloud has, that attack stat matters a whole lot. But you might be thinking, hey, this is a sword. How is it going to boost his missile damage? Well, check it out. This gives 30 lightning attack at the +5 version. Yes, it also gives slash attack +15, which if you're trying to do a bunch of missile damage is not going to be the best, but that lightning attack boost will scale with any damage that he does as long as it's lightning element, and all of his missile attacks are going to be lightning element. So his sword, the Buster Sword, is actually good for, super slashing damage Cloud, and it's actually good for missile attack Cloud, so you're going to want to farm that. You combine that with his support ability of Former Soldier First Class, which gives the defense penetration, and something like Uldoa's TMR with an activatable that gives you 50 more defense pin. I mean, at this point, he's already north of 100 defense pin. So he's literally not going to care about defense at all with just Uldoa's apron and that one support ability. There's also going to be like the Shinra Bangle in-game that will give even more defense pin, but I really, really like Uldoa's apron here because it gives him some of that AP regeneration, because you're probably going to want to put bells over on somebody like Frederica. Let Cloud cast this, let Cloud cast some of his buffs, because one area where Fred is going to have a potential advantage over him is in range. So as Cloud closes that range, or as the enemy closes in, let Cloud cast his buffs, and then unload with him and Frederica. Now, something else that helps unlock this comp, because you might be thinking, hold on, Orange A, what about Vision cards and Espers? I want to put my Lightning Kitty Esper on Frederica because it's so good for her. I want to put, Frederica's Dream on Frederica. What can Cloud wear to complement this group? That is also answered by something that's coming out in this collaboration, and that's the Guard Scorpion. So if we look real quick at the Guard Scorpion's Vision card and Esper stats, the Vision card gives a bunch of attack at 155 plus 304 HP. It gives the lightning unit wearing it AoE resistance, which stacks with Cloud's AoE resistance that he can give himself, plus critical damage up. We know Cloud's a big time crit damage dealer, so he's really going to want to wear this. For the whole party, it gives lightning units attack up. Frederica is going to synergize really, really well with that if she's wearing Frederica's Dream, or if you have Cloud wearing Frederica's Dream and Frederica wearing this, vice versa, it will work out. Or any lightning unit gunner, think Nivlu, Alim, whatever, they're going to like that attack up. It also gives crit rate up, so more crits, that's more damage, and it gives slash resistance for, that's just an added little bonus on the end, and who doesn't want some slash resistance? Now, the Guard Scorpion also gives, the Esper I'm talking about now, also gives a nice healthy bunch of attack at 131. It gives 15 agility, which is right in that like medium agility range for an Esper, and that's fine. 1300 HP is nice, but check out the Esper board, specifically the far left side. There's more lightning attack there, so you can again boost Cloud's missile damage by boosting his lightning attack. While you do that, you could also pick up some Water Killer for killing your Tituses and Summer Elsorels, etc. Some accuracy. You can pick up some more critical hit rate and critical hit damage along the top right there. This is clearly a vision card meant for Cloud, and even if he's not a slash attacker in your group, even if you want him to be a missile attacker, you can just kind of ignore those slashing attack nodes on the bottom if you want, and lean into the other ones to round him out as a missile unit. I think this is a really, really strong setup, and I want to show you some stats here. So I'm going to put Cloud and Frederica on the screen with kind of the builds I've been showing off, and let's take a look at what they look like. Now this is a lot, like what you see on the screen here is a lot, because I wanted to fit it all on there. So there's Cloud on the left, Frederica on the right, and let's talk about, with this specific setup, why this is such a powerful duo, and maybe the best missile duo in global when it comes out. Like, I don't know, I'll have to test it out, but you know that I'm going to test it out. Anyway, first let's look at their agility scores in this setup. Cloud's at 89, Frederica's at 88. That's really nice and synergized, because you would want them to go back to back, so when they hit with their lightning missile attacks, you could build up a chain. That's just typical, like, good group building advice. Have your DPS units synergized in their agility as much as you can, so when they're hitting, they're chaining with each other. That just boosts their damage. Now, let's go down a little bit to that second group of green boxes. Cloud, for his missile damage in this group, is getting 35 missile attack up. That's like purely from Frederica's Dream, plus 70 lightning attack up from his Esper Vision card combo and his sword. So he's getting essentially 105 modifier boost to his missile attacks. Frederica, on the other hand, is getting 107 missile attack up in this build. So holy cow, that's a lot. Plus an additional 50 lightning attack up. So Frederica has a better modifier going on for her missile attacks, but go back up to the very top of their stat bars here, and you can see Cloud in this group is rocking 1300 attack. That's really nice, whereas Frederica is rocking 1065. So does that 1300 overcome the little bit more of a modifier that Frederica is getting to her missile attacks? I think that it does. When you go look at that last green box that I'm going to talk about on the far left, Cloud, before casting Uldoa's TMR in this group, has 70 defense penetration. That means when he pops Uldoa's TMR, not only is he getting that AP region, he'll be at 120 defense penetration if you have it all the way leveled up. Actually, if you don't have it all the way leveled up, that buff starts at 30 defense pen, so that would put him at 100. So if you don't have like the king pots to push that thing all the way through, you don't actually need to for this build, although the more AP regeneration is nice, and Uldoa's TMR, if you have it, is one of the top TMRs in the game in my opinion. I'm also giving Cloud in this group the pod from the Nier collaboration. I want to get him some agility here that helps him keep up with Frederica, who's running bells, and is going to be fairly fast. So there you see it, right? Cloud has 53 crit rate, 53 accuracy. That's really nice. Frederica's lagging behind in those two stats, but they both will have sharpshoot in their kit. They'll both have barrage, so they're going to just be dropping bombs on people. This is like a lightning missile dream team. And guess what? If you happen to like run into somebody who's stacking missile resist, Cloud will still hit really freaking hard with his sword attacks and this setup. He's still going to have all of that defense pin. He still has, what is it like? How much slash attack does he still have in this? He still has 18 slash attack, so he's not going to suck as a slasher if you happen to get unlucky into an enemy that's stacking missile resist. This seems like one of the most powerful ways to use Cloud if you don't want to go for like super tank busting slash damage Cloud, which is probably going to be my favorite. That's why I talked about it first, but I do think this version of Cloud is going to be as good, if not better. So keep that in mind for you Frederica users, for you Nivlu users. I mean, you could just sprinkle Nivlu in this group, and we haven't even talked about the potential third unit here. You could just mix in a tank. It could be a lightning tank like Charlotte. It could just be Warrior of Light or King Mont. You could mix in a buffer like Nivlu to just get like, you know, have Frederica like Bell's Barrage, Cloud buff, and then Nivlu's like, you know, quickening one of them and barraging, and you could just be dropping like nuclear level lightning missile bombs on the enemy. So this is one of the funnest builds for Cloud, and this is my first like comparison to another unit, and it's Frederica, and instead of a comparison, it's more like a how they could work really well together. I do still plan on doing my like just compare Cloud to other DPS video, but this, I've been playing with War of the Visions calc a lot, and this is my favorite build that I've built so far that seemed fun, so I wanted to show it off to you guys before I go to bed tonight. So yeah, there's that. I hope this video was informative in some way. I hope this was a fun video for you guys to watch. If you liked it, hit the thumbs up button. That really helps like boost it through the algorithm. So let's spread the Church of Eileen to the new players of the game if we can. Subscribe to the channel, please, if you haven't already. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.